Hi, I'm Dr. Anita, here to remind you that summertime is finally here, and that means more opportunities to slow down and engage in conversations over coffee, tea, or whatever your favorite beverage may be, even if that's still over Zoom. Last week, I mentioned a new offering I'm calling Real Conversations from the C-Suite, which provides a platform for executives to practice leading by unpacking. Executives are sometimes viewed as not doing enough to foster inclusive leadership traits that cultivates a sense of belonging across the organizational system of systems. These conversations are designed to address that perceived disconnect by providing a space for C suite leaders to share stories about their personal diversity, inclusion, and belonging journey, examine how their diversity, inclusion, and belonging journey shapes their leadership in pursuit of diversity, inclusion, and belonging in the workplace, and hear about the intent and impact of diversity, inclusion, and belonging from a subset of today's incoming workforce. I have found that sometimes members of the C suite are unsure if or when to start the diversity, inclusion, and belonging conversation in their organization, especially if it appears that their workforce lacks diversity for reasons that are assumed to be industry related. This leads people in general to assume that diversity, inclusion, and belonging conversations are difficult. Real conversations from the C suite are designed to help everyone throughout the organizational system of systems to reframe diversity, inclusion, belonging conversations from being difficult to just being different. For instance, it used to be considered open minded to say, I don't see color, or one of my best friends is black, or fill in the blank, or who you love is your own business. While the intent of these statements was to be accepting, the impacts can be anything but. These once tried and true go to statements can cause us to be too full of intellectual arrogance to clearly see our need to practice cultural humility by changing up the way we engage with others. An approach that taps into diversity by being culturally curious doesn't have to be assumed as difficult. It's different. And leading by unpacking assumptions, interpretations, and limiting beliefs about those who make up today's workforce is a real conversation from the C suite worth sharing that ensures workforce sustainability. Next week, I'll be releasing the final brief broadcast in this series before we begin with our first guest to debut Real Conversations from the C suite. Until next time, this is Dr. Nita reminding you to stay blessed and keep it real.